What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Prodigy H1. Big thank you to Prodigy Street Team Captain Michael Gibneys for sending me this disc to test and review. Check out his channel in the description below. I appreciate his support, sending me out some of the sweet Prodigy stuff to check out and show off on my channel. Always happy to kind of spread the love a little bit, and you guys know I basically will review any manufacturer if they have a disc that I'm interested in. If you guys have anything you want me to check out, feel free to get in touch with me. This is a Prodigy H1 in the 400G plastic. Really nice, kind of slightly swirly gray plastic here. It's an X out for whatever reason, but I don't mind. It still flies just the same. It has, there it is, 168 grams. Hopefully you can see that. H1, 4G for 400G plastic. So it has a nice feel. I like the feel of this plastic quite a bit. It's kind of like a Star Fusion, ESP type of plastic, but it's a little bit more flexible maybe, or relatively similar, but probably a little bit more flexible, but it's got a really nice grip and feel to it. Prodigy puts out a lot of great plastic. Their plastic blends are really nice. I like the feel of them quite a bit, and I've always felt that way since day one. First seeing the first runs that they put out and stuff, like very early on I reviewed the M4. I love the plastic on that, and this thing feels very nice. So I like the 400G. Good, a little bit of flexibility to it, but a nice grip. Let's take a look at the rim profile on this guy. H1, so if you're not familiar with Prodigy, basically the numbering system works like the lower the number, the more stability the disc has. So the H1 is the most overstable in its class of hybrid discs. It has the characteristic Prodigy inner lip here that the inside kind of smooths out over the top here, so the flashing is actually up here, so which provides a little bit more smooth transition for the disc to come out of your hand. As you look at the rim profile, nothing terribly remarkable for me to point out. It's got basically an average dome on it. No real pop top, but it's not flat either. And yeah, it took a little bit of damage from testing for sure, but I hit some trees and all that kind of good stuff like you do. It reminded me in testing quite a bit of the Opto Culverin that I carry in my bag, this particular one, so I figured I'd throw it up next to it just as a quick side-by-side comparison. Definitely got some differences there, but it's still worth putting them up next to each other whenever I can so you guys can get an idea. Let's talk about the flight of this thing. I was a little bit surprised that it's not as overstable as I expected. It's certainly not flippy by any means, but it does kind of stand up and go for me. The first testing session I had it out, I was actually really surprised by the distance I was getting out of it. Sneaky distance, even on a hyzer. It actually just carries a little bit farther than you might expect. It's not like maybe the fact that it's a little bit lighter weight at 168 grams, and it's not a fairway driver, so it does have that little more distance capability by design. It's supposed to be somewhere in between a fairway and a distance driver, where you can get a little bit more distance out of it, a little more speed, but it's not quite a high-speed distance driver like the D series from Prodigy. But yeah, I was a little bit surprised. I was expecting a total meat hook out of this thing. I've heard that other H1s, different runs and stuff, have they vary in stability a little bit, and I've heard some folks say that if you have a max weight one and a certain plastic, they can be a total meat hook and just super beefy. For me, this thing is like a little bit more overstable than a Culverin, so it has that kind of straight flight up to speed, but always hooks up and has that nice finish at the end. Great smooth hyzer disc, good flex disc for sure. You can get it to start moving right and it's going to come back on you, so I really liked it. It's a really intuitive disc, very natural. It didn't surprise me very much after a few throws. It was very consistent, and I kind of knew what it was going to do after a pretty short period of time. That's my review on the H1. Solid, overstable disc. It's dependable, good in the wind, but not a total meat hook. It will still get you a little bit of distance down the fairway before that strong fade kicks in. That's my review. I'll check you guys later. Cheers.